Hello, Gemini, and welcome to the Enlightened Path. I am Ayana Nicole, and this is your January 2019 love reading, okay? So this is Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising, and also if you have Gemini with Venus, these messages may resonate. So I am going to do things a little different since we are in the first month of a new year. I'm going to do the 10-card Celtic Cross. So it gives us one message for love, and I promise I will go back to the double messages next month, but it also gives us a broader story, okay? So let's see what's happening for you guys in the first month of the new year, all right? So, Gemini, bottom of the deck, energy governing the reading, we have, what is that? The Four of Rods. Okay. So Gemini, the Four of Rods for me is always about domestic issues, domestic workings. We see this when we see engagement, when we see marriage, when we see the establishing of foundations, right? And I am using the Deviant Moon deck. If you get a closer look, if you look at the couple at the bottom, they're grasping hands. So this is union. And that hut in the background is their home, right? So this is the establishing of foundations. The first card out for you is the Hermit. This is Virgo's energy, being crossed with the Page of Cups. So possibly an apology here or an offering of some sort. At the base of the reading, we see the Queen of Swords. Gemini, this is your energy as well as Libra and Aquarius. In the recent past, we get the Nine of Cups. So this is wish fulfillment. Crowning the reading, we get the Five of Pentacles, okay? And the crown is, this is what's ruminating in the mental during the month of January, all right? The energy coming towards you is the Sun, possible Leo energy, but the Sun is happiness and harmony. In your self spot, Gemini, we get the Page of Pentacles. So getting ready to build something very stable. In your environment, we have the Nine of Rods. And this is defensive energy, someone being on guard, all right? In your ninth place of hopes and fears, we get the Chariot. And this is Cancer's energy. And your final outcome, Gemini, the Magician. Very good. So Magician lets us know that you have all the tools that you need to create, right? So, again, bottom of the deck, Four of Rods, foundations, homes, possible marriage, possible engagement, and unity, right? So let's go ahead and clarify. We know that the Hermit is Virgo's energy, but the Hermit is also about being within your head, looking for some sort of answer, some sort of enlightenment within oneself. And this could possibly be because there's been an offer or an apology that's coming your way. This is the Page of Cups that we're seeing here. So this could possibly be water sign energy. We do have the Chariot that's here in your hopes and fears, and the Chariot is Cancer. More water sign energy would be Pisces or Scorpio, right? So some of you could have received an offer or an apology that's got you really kind of thinking about what's next. Okay, way too many flip here. I am using the Morgan Greer miniature deck to clarify for you, Gemini. We have the Five of Pentacles that just fell. If you're not new to the channel, you know I'm always dropping cards. Five of Pentacles, right? So this is about, it's ruin, it's disappointment, it's hurt, right? When looking at love, this is a major disappointment. I'm going to take one more for this center energy, and then we will move on to the base. Guys, I couldn't make it up if I wanted to. Five of Cups, again, major disappointment, crying over spilled milk, okay? So I feel like this is what's got you in your head. I feel like this energy here if you've received an apology or an offer. You guys could be definitely thinking about the past, things that have gone wrong, and also still focusing on everything that was wrong and forgetting to look at what's still here, right? So when I see the Five of Cups, for those of you that are not new, you always know what I'm going to say. At some point, you got to turn around and look at the Two Cups. Focusing on the 3 will not get the liquid back into the cup. Once the wine is spilled, it's spilled, but you have to turn around and look at the 2 that are still standing and figure out what you can build from these 2, okay? So 5s and 5s. When I see the 5s, and what's funny is I'm saying this, and right above, I have the 5 of Pentacles in your crown energy. 5, 5, 5. Gemini, it's a month of change. This is a month of change for you. So I feel like all of this is coming in, possibly because of another air sign. Someone that would be very straightforward. They could have been cutthroat. The thing about this deck, if you look at her sword, she's already drawn blood. So this could be someone that's hurt you already, or someone who can be very, very cutting when they communicate. Swords are about communication. So I feel like there could have been some harsh communication, or this person has just hurt you, okay? So let's see what else we need to know about this Queen of Swords for you, Gemini. I'm going to take this one that wants to flip in my hand. I don't know what it is. Let's see. 7 of Swords. So there's been some sort of deceit here with this person. And maybe you've been deceitful, or this person has been deceitful. We see the 7 of Swords when there's lies or cheating or theft. So there's definitely been something here that could have definitely coupled with the pain that is here when you think of this person. Okay? So 9 of Cups in the past. This is about wish fulfillment. So in the past, there was something that was really balanced and something that was good between you and this person. We see the genie letting us know that there was some sort of wish fulfillment here. What pops out is the 7 of Pentacles. So I feel like with the 7 of Pentacles, there is this feeling of no longer waiting, or no longer putting in effort, maybe. I feel like for you, Gemini, maybe you found some wish fulfillment once you decided to no longer wait or no longer work here. So, again, guys, for the cross watcher that is yelling at me right now and saying, no, it was Gemini, I know that the energies can be, you know, flip-flopped here. I get that. So, Gemini, it was you or this person where there was fulfillment and no longer putting in efforts that didn't bear fruit, or no longer waiting for some sort of change. We do see one person with the genie. So I want to take a look at the 5 of Pentacles that's in your mental energy. This is crowning your reading in January. So the thing that is interesting here is you have the 5 of Pentacles at the center of the reading with the Hermit energy, which again, Hermit energy is about what's happening here. You taking some time to yourself, searching oneself, kind of racking your brain. If you take a look at this card, this guy is like in the corner by himself. He's isolated and he is like losing his mind. The reason he's losing his mind is because he's trying to figure things out within himself. And so sometimes when we spend way too much time up here, we will drive ourselves nuts. This is why I tell clients that have readings with me, sometimes you're going to have to step away from the thoughts that are ruminating in your mind and just give yourself a break, okay? The thing about this is you see the 5 of Pentacles here with this Hermit's energy, and then we see the 5 of Pentacles again in January crowning. So I feel like you are still focused on the disappointments and the hurts, okay? You're still thinking about them. You're still kind of stuck in the past here. The Wheel of Fortune. But the wheel is trying to turn for you. So this lets me know that while there have been like these disappointments and the Five of Cups, crying over spilled milk where things have not happened, it feels like new things are starting to come in. So Gemini, yours is kind of like Aquarius's, because Aquarius had a lot of fives as well. I feel like you guys are going to be experiencing a lot of change in January. And Aquarius also had the Wheel of Fortune for their final outcome. All right. So things are changing, but with the Wheel of Fortune, while it brings new stuff in, you have to release old things. That is what the wheel does. It pushes out the old that we no longer need, and it brings in new things that will serve us better for who we are now and who we're becoming, right? So the thing about this, Gemini, the wheel is here. I think that it's turning for you, but I also think that you're still holding on to past hurts. I still think that these things are still here because the Five of Pentacles is in your crown spot. Not only is it in your crown spot, but it's at the center of the reading with the Hermit. So it's kind of a telltale. Things are changing for you, but you're still kind of stuck. All right. So let's look at the Page of Pentacles. The page is the first steps to building something new. All right. Some sort of stability here. So this is like the page does the groundwork. If you see him inspecting the materials that he'll use, he's sorting through what is usable and what he will just toss to the side for his next creation. He's getting ready to build. See that tool? So this is in your self spot. We know that you are in the start. Okay. What's good about this is you get the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So Gemini, this is about finally opening up. No longer being the Meisner. We know when the Four is in the upright, this is the card of holding on to everything. Not communicating, not letting anything in. If you're not letting anything out, you can't let anything in, right? It doesn't work. So we see it in reverse, and what we see is finally opening up, possibly allowing things in, but also opening yourself to those new things and beginning to start some sort of journey where it will lead to stability. This is the start when we see the page. But what we have in your environment is the Nine of Rods. So Gemini, you could definitely be dealing with someone that is on guard. You see one of those staffs, like it's lit. You see that staff there? This person is Gemini, this person is on guard, and if you mess up, they will club you with this staff. So let's get a clarifier, okay? Like, let's see why the energy you're dealing with, because this is in your environment, is like this. What's up with this energy? Another one on the floor, Three of Cups. So for those of you that are not new to my channel, Three of Cups is always the reunion for me. Again, I don't feel like this is new energy. Possible water sign again here. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio when we see the reunion. But sometimes the Three of Cups lets you know that there's a third party. Maybe this person is thinking that there's a third party if there's a possible reunion between you and this person. Or maybe this person is just weary or on guard of a reunion, right? The energy that's coming towards you, despite your energy or despite this person's energy, is the Sun. So the Sun is Leo's energy, but the Sun is also two people being on the same page. It's harmony, it's balance, it's happiness. It's everything that the Sun is supposed to be. I have something to say to you, Gemini. Okay. King of Pentacles falls out here, and there we see on guard. All right. So I have something to say to you, Gemini. You get the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is about stability. You know, it's possible earth sign energy as well, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But we see there's that 9 of rods again in a completely different deck. Gemini, I feel like, you know, either it's just this person around you that's on guard, or maybe you are on guard as well, because we see this same energy in 2 different decks. I feel like you and this person are in agreement, but I feel like both of you are kind of like waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? And it's possibly because of everything that's gone wrong here. One of the things that just occurred to me, I see the sun, but I see the sun under the Magician. This is my view of what I'm looking at. I see the sun and I see the Magician on top. So for those of you that saw Gemini and Aquarius's reading in December, I broke this down to you as far as what the sun and the moon are, all right? The sun is your conscience. So when you see the Magician, you need to know that with the Magician, this means that you have everything you need to create. You have your rod, you have your sword, you have your cup, you have everything that you need, and there's your pentacle in his hand. So those are all of your elements, right? This is the universe saying, whatever you want to create, I'll back you. But in the month of January, Gemini, what you need to be careful of is where you are creating from. Are you creating from the place of the 9 of rods? Or are you creating from the place of the Wheel of Fortune? One is a place of anxiety, a place of fear, and a place of needing to guard yourself. If you create from this space, you're just going to create more things that you need to guard yourself from. If you're creating from the place of the Wheel of Fortune and the place of the sun, which is your conscience and not your subconscious, you're going to create things that make this wheel continue to turn. So you need to be very mindful about what it is that you are focusing on in this situation with this person that is coming back and possibly reuniting with you. Are you going to create more of the same, or are you going to create something anew? But this is not only just something for you, Gemini. I feel like the guarding is between both of you. I feel like you and this person are both very guarded. We've got it in your energy, and then you get it in your environment's energy. It's the same energy. It's the same thing. So look what we see here with the Chariot. And this is a place of hopes and fears. The Chariot is about forward movement. And this is Cancer's energy, again, water sign energy. The Chariot is about picking and choosing where you move forward. So in most decks, what you're going to see is the Chariot is ready for battle, right? And the Chariot has all the elements that it needs to ride into battle. But before the Chariot even makes a move, it decides where it's going. It picks a destination, it plans the route, and then it moves forward. So Gemini, I feel like you are wanting forward movement, but it's not chaotic. I don't think you're hoping for chaotic kind of movement, like let's just see where it goes. Gemini, that's not your energy. That's not your energy. You kind of need to have a strategy, or at least an ideal of where you're going. What we do know is there's an equal give and take. And of course, Gemini, this is here because you're finally opening up. And possibly this partner is creating this equal give and take, right? So this is generosity with you giving, but this is also your partner giving. So we see the scales being balanced. You're wanting to move forward in a way that is balanced, where you're not giving too much of yourself and your partner's not giving too much, but where you meet each other in the middle and things are balanced. The Magician is here as the final outcome, guys. Again, we just talked about this. The Magician is here when you got everything you need to create. How you use this energy is up to you. This is the free will that you have. So let's clarify the Magician before we close out. Nine of Swords. Some of you are going to create more of the same. So the Nine of Swords for me, it's the Eight of Swords. It's still the same damn thing. It's the Eight of Swords, but it's the same thing for me when I see the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords. The 9 is just one step past the 8. This is the restriction. So you're going to be restricting yourself. And I feel like you're restricting yourself because you're on guard. You could be restricting yourself because your person is on guard. So Gemini, you have a choice to make. Because you don't even know what you're afraid of. You see this? She's blindfolded. She doesn't even know how many swords are here. It almost feels like you don't even know why you're restricting yourself. Why you feel restricted. But you are. And if you're doing that, you're going to manifest a creation that is not fully created. You're going to half-ass it with this energy. So for those of you where this is resonating, my advice to you, because you have the Sun card here, you have this energy that is new with the Four of Rods. You have you opening up, and you have this balance that you are desiring. My advice for you, Gemini, would to pick a damn side. There it is. Pick a side. You're going to create with the energy and the negativity from the past, or you're going to bring in some new energy and create with that. Either way, you got the Magician with you. So you need to remember what you think you will manifest. Thoughts become things. It's not rocket science. It's alchemy. Thoughts become things. So, Gemini, for those of you that this resonates with, my advice is to pick the lighter side. Go with the Sun. This is your conscience. Not with the Moon, which is your fears, your anxieties, these things that make you feel restricted and stuck. Go with the Sun. And with that, if it resonates, leave me some comments. If it doesn't, check your moon, check your rising, check your Venus. I will see you guys very, very soon for mid-months, and I maybe will do generals for you guys as well, okay? Remember, if you need to reach me, you can always check out the website at www.enlightenedpathtarot.com, or you can email me at pathtarot@gmail.com. Take care, Gemini, and I'll see you soon.